Milan beats Empoli 3-0 in a very good performance today. Don't mind the voice, guys. I am battling a cold. I don't know where it came out from, but it just came out. And so Milan wins 3-0, a very good first half. Milan dominated that first half, played very well, controlled the pace of the game, didn't allow Empoli to do anything, and they scored that all-important first goal. Why? Because against teams like Empoli, who close themselves in their own half, 11 behind the ball, you need to open the game early. And that's what Milan did today. A beautifully worked goal by the team. It was a team goal. They don't lose the ball on the right-hand side. They start developing the play. 6-7 passes. Leao cuts it back in for Loftus-Cheek, who open foot puts the ball on the far corner. Not a very hard shot, but a very well-placed shot. Very nice goal. Then Giroud scores off a penalty shot. VAR intervenes, tocco di mano, penalty shot. And this is where I think some people have issues with the VAR. So today, there was a touch. It was a very slight touch. It was the right call to make. But then you compare it to yesterday where Bastoni clearly fouls the Verona defender, doesn't get called back, Inter scores. And at that point, you're like, well, what's the measure, right? How come they didn't disallow the goal after they review it? Because there was a clear foul, but they gave this one, which was a slight touch. So I think that's where people have a big issue with the VAR. Not that it wasn't the right call today. It was. It's just if you compare both scenarios, I think yesterday was a lot more evident that there was a foul against Verona. So Milan up 2-0, and then in the second half, guys, Chaka Traore scores his second goal in as many games. A beautiful 2-on-1 counterattack off a corner. Pulisic gives it back to him. He scores. Very nice goal. I'm gonna say it. It was a nice goal. Very cool finishing by the 19-year-old. Besides that, we saw in Milan at one point play with two youngsters as terzinis. We saw Jimenez and Bartisaghi at the same time on the field. Once again, another game, another injury for Milan. Florenzi has to come out in the first half. Apparently, it's not that serious. It was more precautional. But still, guys, Jimenez comes in, plays well. Didn't do bad at all. I gotta give a props to Theo. Theo has been playing very well as a centrale. Again today, very solid defensively, very alert. And he also runs at the defenders. He finds a way to pick up the ball, make a few runs. Like, very good game again today for Theo. Obviously, not the biggest opponent. Empoli is at the bottom. And Milan in the second half, controlling the game, cruising along, a bit complacent sometimes, let's be honest. They gave away the ball a few times, a bit too easily, which allowed Empoli to get a few chances. Nothing too serious, but still they need to be more alert. If it was bigger teams with better players playing like that, guys, you get in trouble quick. Good first half for Leao. Second half I found a bit off. Like, yes, he has those runs once in a while, but even him once in a while, too light on the ball, too light, try to do the fancy things. It doesn't always work, and in certain games you can't allow yourself to do them. And against teams like that are tough, like Empoli, because they break down the play, right? They're 11 behind the ball. You need to be a bit more aggressive, a bit more heart. Anyways, let me know what you think around the comments, guys. Good performance by Milan, a nice win. 6 points clear from anybody else behind them, so that's a good positive thing. 4 points behind the Juve, who still needs to play, and of course Inter way up there. Let me know what you think around the comments. Like and subscribe.